You want to wear the first? Yeah, you are. You're good.
Okay. So we are here. Let's do a mulligan again. Welcome inside Craig M. Keller Gymnasium on Dan McDonald Court, where tonight the Doddridge County Bulldogs will host the St. Mary's Blue Devils. I'm Clint Adams, joined by Nate Wright. Nate, Doddridge County got their first loss of the season against Robert C. Byrd. How do they bounce back tonight?
Well, one thing I'll say about these guys, it's how you respond to the adversity. One thing you say, you always learn from your mistakes, and it's early in the season, so it's a good time to learn from your mistakes. You know, we're not in the playoffs yet. We're not even close. So my thing is how do we adjust? How do we refocus? And how do they handle the urgency without panic? Good teams win games, but strong programs respond the right way after losses. That's kind of how I look at it. So that's my thought for tonight about, coming off a loss against RCB.
I think one of the things the Bulldogs are going to be looking at, too, is the number of turnovers that they had, because they had too many turnovers against Robert C. Byrd. Robert C. Byrd, they led that game. Despite those turnovers, Doddridge County had a chance to win it and, frankly, led most of the game except for that last minute.
Yep, exactly. And as many turnovers as, you hear about and so forth, basically, I think it's so really what I think is, as we have 26 turnovers, I think, we still were right there in that game.
That's exactly right. We're going to take a brief break, and then we'll come back. We'll be back after this. You're tuned in to WVRC Doddridge.
Under the West Virginia sky, where the hills roll high, there's a school that stands with heart, where the Bulldogs never die. Books in hand and heads held up, we're ready to explore. Doddridge County's where we grow, our stories start to soar. Pride runs deep in every vein, a fire that won't fade. We're learning, leading one, and all our dreams are not afraid. Gold Dogs, our mission's in motion, proud and strong with Bulldog devotion. Learning, leading, chasing dreams, Doddridge pride in everything. United we shine, together we rise. Doddridge County Schools where futures fly. From the classroom to the field, we stand side by side. Teachers guide us, friends support, we're ready to take stride. Bulldog green and gold so bright, a symbol we uphold. Every challenge we embrace, our courage won't be sold. Pride runs deep in every vein of fire.
And we are back inside of Craig M. Keller Gymnasium. You know, Doddridge County, we mentioned they come off of that loss, but one thing we've started to see is Coach Paul Burnside is committed to building a winning program.
Yeah.
How's he going to do that?
You know, Doddridge County as a program, you know, really, they play connected basketball and they defend with purpose. That's the one thing that stands out to me. And, you know, they love sharing the load offensively. So that's one thing that I say. They don't rely on one score or one style. You know, they rely on depth, roles, and trust. So essentially as a program, these guys have been playing together a long time. So, you know, I feel that they'll bounce right back, and I have confidence in this team.
Well, we've talked a lot about that depth, certainly led by Jaden Solomon, the big man inside, but nonetheless the surrounding cast and the ability to substitute, you know, a full complement of players at any time in the game, I think makes a big difference for Coach Paul Burnside.
Exactly. And one thing that I go to is, like, what did the RCB game teach us, you know, really coming off that game? I think one thing we talked about is, you know, turnovers, what it is, but the ball security. You know, execution late in the game with the possessions that you are given, and how short stretches can swing momentum. You know, because we were right there and had that 5-point lead there for a long time, I felt like, and then they essentially kind of creeping in there, and they hit four quick points right there against us, and you know, those were those short stretches that we just couldn't handle the momentum swing. Essentially, it just kind of, the last minute, I just feel like it swung in their favor there for them to kind of pull it out of the end.
Absolutely. It's a great game. We had a lot of fun watching it. We're going to have a lot of fun here tonight. St. Mary's comes in to Craig M. Keller Gymnasium, a team that's been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're right. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and touch on the 3 points of the game here. Let me pull it up.
We've got fancy graphics, and we would hate to waste those fancy graphics.
Yeah, I work hard on those, you know. So the first one that I'm going to say is response and energy. The first key tonight is response. You want Doddridge to see play with energy, purpose, communication. Not rush, but intentional. You know, the first quarter will tell us a lot about how they proceed from the last game. You know, let's not have anything, no hangovers essentially carrying over into tonight's game. The second one that I have is defense and rebounding. You know, we want Doddridge County at its best, and it starts with their defense. That's where we get our good baskets and we get balls in transition and we get good shots. You know, guard the ball, help early, and recover. My third one would be depth and ball security. Again, here I am again. Depth continues to be with Doddridge County's biggest strength. We can go 9 to 10 deep, and we have a high pace. But one thing is live ball turnovers hurt us against the RCB game. But tonight, being strong and smart with the basketball is going to be super critical for us.
I don't think there's any question about that. You know, whenever you turn the ball over, it's a lot harder to win, and you get those extra possessions. You're able to rebound them. You're able to put them back offensively. You're able to steal that ball away from the other side. You know, the one thing about basketball is you can't score unless your team has the ball.
Right.
It is impossible.
Yes.
Some sports you can, but not in basketball.
Nope, that's correct.
So if you can keep the ball away from the other team, if you can get those rebounds, then you increase your chances of winning. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back after this. You're tuned into WVRC Doddridge. Well, Nate, we've talked about Robert C. Byrd and coming up just a little bit short in that RCB game. AAA opponent, and they played well to the end, so it was a hard-fought loss. Tonight, St. Mary's comes in a team that's been struggling. Yeah,
they're coming in with a 1-5 record. I think they're a young team, but they're a tough team and competitive group. There's been some games I think they've kind of let it get away in the later half of the game. So I think they've been in some early games, just haven't been able to finish. But, you know, they'll want to be physical and slow us down. You know, that's the main thing is, like, we're a team that has depth, and we're going to be wanting to be on the run. So they're going to try to slow us down. They know they're catching Doddridge in a response game, so that's going to be a dangerous match for them as well, because we're going to want to come out and set the tone early and get back on track.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Paul Burnside worked the team hard in the few days that he's had since Tuesday's game, and here we are on Friday night, ready to play some basketball. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this. You're tuned in to WVRC Doddridge.
Under the West Virginia sky, where the hills roll high, there's a school that stands with heart, where the Bulldogs never die. Books in hand and heads held up, we're ready to explore. Doddridge County's where we grow, our stories start to soar. Pride runs deep in every vein, a fire that won't fade. We're learning, leading one, and all our dreams are not afraid. Bulldogs, our mission's in motion, proud and strong with Bulldog devotion. Learning, leading, chasing dreams, Doddridge pride in everything. United we shine, together we rise. Doddridge County Schools where futures fly. From the classroom to the field, we stand side by side. Teachers guide us, friends support, we're ready to take stride. Bulldog green and gold so bright, a symbol we uphold. Every challenge we embrace, our courage won't be sold. Pride runs deep in every vein, a fire that won't fade. We're learning, leading one, and all our dreams are not afraid. Oh, go Bulldogs, our mission's in motion, proud and strong with Bulldog devotion. Learning, leading, chasing dreams, Doddridge pride in everything. United we shine, together we rise. Doddridge County Schools where futures fly. Within each other we'll light up the day. Bulldog spirit, it's our song, we'll sing it loud and clear. For Doddridge County we'll stand tall through every passing year. Go Bulldogs, our mission's in motion, proud and strong with Bulldog devotion. Learning, leading, chasing dreams, Doddridge pride in everything. United we shine, together we rise. Doddridge County Schools where futures fly. Go Bulldogs, our mission's in motion, where futures fly.
And we are back. We're getting ready, just a couple of minutes away from the opening tip-off. Let's get our closing thoughts before we go to the starting lineups. Nate, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Like I said, coming off a loss, it's a response game. If they defend, rebound, take care of the basketball, we'll take care of business. Really, we just need to go out there and play our game and, you know, dominate how I know we can, and just go from there.
You think Doddridge's got to have any sense of urgency, or you think they're just going to kind of, I mean, how soon are we going to know if they got the message?
Well, I think I'm sure they probably had a hard week of practice after 26 turnovers. If I'm, thinking about coming off a game like that, where a game that they probably should have won even though they had 26 turnovers. So I think they're going to want to come out and play hard and, like I said, put them away early.
It's one of the things I think is great about sports, though. You can play your best game and sometimes lose. You can play a terrible game and sometimes win. I think if you talk to Robert C. Bird's coach, he was really happy to get out of there with a win.
Oh, I'm sure
he did not feel like his team played at the best that they were able to play either.
Yeah, I didn't figure he did. Like I said, it was just there those last few minutes that the momentum swung on us right there and, just kind of fell their way. So, but we're getting ready here to start the starting lineups here. We'll go ahead and pan over to them, and then we'll talk about the starting lineups here as they get announced.
If it were a NASCAR race, we'd have led everything but the final lap, right?
Right.
We'd have got all those stage points they give them now.
That's true. That's so true.
But none of that matters in basketball, it turns out.
No, that's the truth.
So both teams are prepared to give their starting lineups, and we'll bring them to you. Let's start with the Bulldogs starting lineups, though, and we'll officially let them get announced shortly. But who's Coach Paul? Oh, we're going to start with the national anthem. So we'll stop everything. I'll stop talking, and we'll prepare to honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
This time, I ask everyone to please stand and remove your caps if you have them for our national anthem.
America before this sporting event as we prepare to see the starting lineups for both teams. Doddridge County starting lineup is up there on the fancy graphic for us. Nate, you want to walk us through that?
Yeah, so starting at guard, we're going to have senior number 11, Jared Trent. Also starting at guard is going to be senior number 3, Bryson Dixon. Starting at forward is going to be number 2, our senior Landon Thomas. Our other forward is going to be senior number 20, Josh DeHaven. And then also senior is going to be at the center position, number 33, Jaden Solomon. Really, this group is they're built for pressure and communication, but they're going to be a physical group. Offensively, they're going to move the ball, and we're going to find the open shot. One thing I'll say about this group is, they found Jaden a lot last year. Last game basically down low, and I think they need to work on feeding him the ball.
I don't think there's any question about that. Looking at the St. Mary's starters, we've got forward Gregory Jemison, also starting number 3, Andre Anderson, number 34, Chandis Wilkinson. They got a freshman starting, Trevor Maley, and they have also Roe Maston. So they got actually 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and 2 juniors starting for St. Mary's. And now we'll dim the lights and enjoy Doddridge County's introductions. hype video there to get everything hyped up for tonight's game.
I liked it.
And of course the cheerleaders come out and they do those front handsprings and back handsprings. All kinds of handsprings I can't do.
Right.
Here comes Landon Thomas. Here's Bryson Dixon. Here's Jared Trent. There's Josh DeHaven. And the big man in the middle, Jaden Solomon. Of course, your Bulldogs are coached by Paul Burnside, coaching the St. Mary's Blue Devils. And right here on my paper is Coach Larry Johnson. He's in his 3rd year as a head coach. Been with St. Mary's for 19 years. It's his 3rd as a head coach.
He coaches baseball as well.
There you go.
Yep. Does a little bit of everything.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of the abilities to coach one sport transcends. A lot of the skills are transferable also.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can commentate basketball and coach baseball, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how good I am at commentating basketball, right? Still learning.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Jaden Solomon is in the middle, and in the middle for St. Mary's, Roe Maston. Tip is to Bryson Dixon, and Dixon will bring the ball up court for the Bulldogs.
Looks like St. Mary's is going to come out in the 1-3-1 zone here.
Trent, pass it back to Dixon. 7:48 on the turning clock. We're just underway here. Trying to get that down into the middle right away, and Solomon will find the bottom of the bucket.
Good pass. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want to try to work it inside to him and get on the board early there. Doddridge comes out in a full court man-to-man press here.
Bulldogs are in defense there. Wilkinson brings it up. Little spin around move, doesn't go anywhere. He'll feed it down underneath, brings it back to the top of the key. Dixon on the defense there. And it'll get knocked out of bounds there as Landon Thomas got a hand on it. Andre Anderson controlling the ball there, trying to get the pass off, and Thomas deflects that one out of bounds.
Already showing good pressure right now. I like it. Good job by Jaden right there, staying on his feet.
Shut that lane off, and then good job getting the turnover by the Bulldogs. Here comes Dixon. Dump it out there to Thomas, back to Dixon. Dixon in the corner finds Trent. Trent decides to drive the lane, puts it up, no good. Jaden Solomon
with the rebound and putback. Good job.
The bound and the bucket. Here's St. Mary's. It's Jemison with the ball. He looks to throw it on, trying to find a cutter down through there, but that lane gets sealed off there. Maston couldn't get through the lane. Anderson controls the ball now. He tries to dump it down in, and Doddridge gets another turnover in their advantage.
Looking up.
Looking to hit DeHaven on the drive.
Nice.
Josh DeHaven finds the lane and the bottom of the bucket.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting the steal and a good transition basket. That's what we're about.
Wilkinson controls the ball now for St. Mary's. It's top of the key. Trying to get a cutter there on that lane, trying to find Anderson. Didn't work out for him, though. Loose ball for a second there, but St. Mary's able to control it. Cuts the lane on the cutter. Couldn't get it up quick enough, but he gets it in. That's Chandis Wilkinson.
It's a nice pass right there on a pick and roll. Good on St. Mary's there.
Wilkinson, a 6'5" freshman.
Had to be a perfect pass, too, right through there.
5 minutes and 12 seconds here. Dixon will drive down in the lane. He'll put up the shot, uses the backboard, and puts it in.
Nice take by Dixon there.
Bulldogs lead by 6. 4:52 on a turning clock. Little no-look pass down through the lane, and it's out. We'll stay with St. Mary's, though. Andre Anderson batted, knocked away from him. Anderson set to inbound now. In the corner shot, that's Anderson off the backboard. Doddridge gets the rebound. Here comes Trent. He wants to force it. He's going to get down there in a hurry. Ball's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Good defense by 15 there. Waited not to leave his feet until he was taking that shot.
That's Roe Maston.
Is that the freshman as well?
Yeah, I believe so. No, he's a sophomore.
Okay.
St. Mary's is able to secure the rebound there, and they'll bring the ball up court. They'll find the cutter. Just can't quite control it through there, though. Tried to get that one down to 25. That's Trevor Maley. Maley with the ball now. He'll pass it off. They'll drive the lane, dump it back. Here's the three-point shot, and it'll go in. Chandis Wilkinson with the three-pointer. Cuts that Bulldog lead to 3. Halfway through this first quarter.
Knockdown. That was pretty deep right there.
Here's Landon Thomas. He's trying to get into Solomon. It'll be batted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. Jemison gets a hand on it. So Dixon set to inbound for the Bulldogs. 3:43 as the clock's paused. We'll find Jared Trent. Trent will take that 3. Misses it, and rebound by St. Mary's. On the rebound, that's Andre Anderson. Now Jemison brings it up court. He's going to pass it down to 25, Maley. Maley back to Jemison. Saw him hit that three-pointer earlier. He thought about it again, decided not to. Here's Jemison. He's going to try to hit it over there in that corner to Maley. Running that trap. Doddridge kind of had him trapped, but he gets away from it, and here comes Landon Thomas. Does
Great
a good
block
job
from
recovering.
behind.
Does a good job in recovery to get all ball.
That's what Landon does. He plays good defense, and he's everywhere.
That's Roe Maston. As he drives down into the lane, he'll dump it off there to Wilkinson. Wilkinson throws it over there to Anderson, and then the
Good
block
block
by Jaden Solomon.
Right here, we push the tempo. Feed. Good job.
Nice feed to Landon. Landon gets it in. 2:38 left in this opening quarter. Bulldogs lead by 5. Here's Wilkinson. Dribbling across there into the corner. Gets a hand on it, knocks it away from Trevor Maley, but it'll stay with the Blue Devils. Doddridge County will substitute 5. As a new line comes in.
Yep. Looks like they're going to be in a 2-3 zone is what it looks like. Like I said, when he usually does that substitution, he changes defense up completely.
He's going to feed it back there. He'll try that little jumper, and it won't fall. Doddridge hustles and gets the rebound. Good job there by Mitchell. Here comes Heston Hayes. He's going to press it. He's going to dump it down in, and for the bucket, that's Malachi Kelly.
Good feed. That's exactly what you want. Get a rebound and get it out. Push the ball and find the open man.
St. Mary's wants 20 to talk about it, so we'll keep it here. 2 minutes left in this opening quarter. The Bulldogs with a 7-point lead. How's Coach Paul Burnside feel about his team's effort so far?
Not bad. I don't know. I seem a little sluggish at first right now. It's a pretty quick half, to be honest.
We're in the first quarter, so we still have another quarter to
I know,
go.
first quarter's been pretty I mean, say half. I'm in college right now. That's what I'm thinking.
There you go.
One thing I'll say is, keep pushing the ball here. This second group that just came in, they're not subbing anybody in. So let's push the ball here, use it to our advantage, and try to get some quick buckets here over these next 2 minutes.
It just seems like something that's just waiting to explode, to be honest with you. It just seems like it's kind of been
Well,
here
see,
and there,
exactly what I'm talking
waiting.
about. So, the St. Mary's took the timeout, so it gives Paul time to set up their press, their 2-2-1 press here. So this is where the chaos comes in. You're going to try to get turnovers quick and buckets quick.
You're right, and St. Mary's able to break the press that time and get the ball into their court. Heston Hayes gets turned into, and they're going to call him for a foul.
I agree, Heston.
That's Jemison was trying to turn around there, and Heston was in his way. So they'll inbound the pass there. That's Maley. Trevor Maley. He'll dump it down into Andre Anderson. In the corner, it's Jemison. Back to Anderson. Anderson back to Jemison. Just moving the ball around. St. Mary's clearly trying to play keep away right now. Here's a three-point shot. It's way off the mark. Rebound by St. Mary's. Jemison puts it back, but Will Adams says, no, you don't. So he gets the block.
Will didn't even say anything. He just packed it and put it into the out of bounds there. I'd say the stands, but there ain't any stands over there.
Yeah, it's just the wall.
Yep, good for him. Will's been playing really well down low. He's a big body down there. He rebounds well, so good for Will.
Shot by St. Mary's off the mark. The Bulldogs with the rebound, and they're looking to rush it. Heston Hayes puts up the shot, gets his own putback, puts it back again, and St. Mary's controls.
15 and 34. They're long. You know what I mean? They've blocked a few shots already. They do well.
Thrown out of bounds, and that'll turn it over to Doddridge. Jemison was trying to get that back to Anderson and just missed the target.
And that transition there, you got a 3-1 Doddridge advantage. I like to see Heston give it up there to one of the guys on a good bounce pass there, maybe to Malachi or the other one, just for a better layup, I guess I would say. But that's where we learn.
Did you say learnt?
Learn.
Adams down underneath, gets his own board, forces it back. This time it's Kelly over on the other side, and he'll be fouled. Malachi Kelly will go to the free throw line. 45 seconds left in this opening quarter. So Kelly will get 2 shots.
I wonder if Paul was down there yelling, make a basket. I mean, quite a few shots.
Plenty of opportunities there. They can make them from the free throw line there. At least Kelly makes the front end.
Yep. That was something else. So, down the stretch, we need to work on hitting our free throws. Like I said, they're always free.
That one bounces out. Will Adams is there to put it back in, though.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Will's a big body down low. He rebounds well.
Good job getting the position there. Will Adams had real good position on that rebound as well. Here's the three-point shot, and it's money for St. Mary's. That's Roe Maston. Here comes Heston Hayes, and he'll be fouled. That'll be the second foul for St. Mary's, so we're nowhere near the bonus. That one there will be called on number 15. It's like 6, there's not a 6. Roe Maston pick up his foul. Maddox Jones will dump it down in there to Will Adams. Back to Heston. Heston fakes the pass, and he'll go in and take the nice little floating shot.
Yeah, I don't know if he wanted to bank it off the backboard or.
Doddridge up by 9. 5 seconds left. That's the end of the first quarter. The score, the Doddridge County Bulldogs 17, the Blue Devils of St. Mary's 8. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
This fall, Doddridge County Schools celebrates a season of thanks and a season of Bulldog success. Across every building, our mission in motion shines bright. At the Early Learning Academy, more kindergarten
And we are back. I had the opportunity to watch the cheerleaders perform there at the quarter intermission. 8 minutes we'll put on the clock. It's 7:37 on my clock, though. just so we're clear.
So right now we got a 9-point lead. We have 7 guys in the scoring column. Jaden with 4 points right now. Like I said, they're spreading the ball to each other. That's just the style that they play. I think we sharpen up on a few transition buckets here, and I think we'll be just fine. We'll keep carrying this lead along against St. Mary's.
Paul substitutes 4 this time, leaves Maddox Jones out there and leaves Dixon on the bench for this round.
I noticed that last week that Maddox got a lot more playing time there as the game went along. I think he played some pretty good defense as a guard for us, so maybe that's what Paul's kind of seeing as well.
Tucker Rupert has the ball, and Doddridge gets the turnover there. DeHaven misses the layup. Landon gets the rebound. He tries to put it back, but it'll be blocked and out of bounds to St. Mary's. Roe Maston with the block there for St. Mary's. Here's Wilkinson. He controls the ball. Shown to be a capable free throw shooter, or 3-point shooter out there, Wilkinson has.
Good job, Maddox. Exactly what we're talking about. Jumping that pass.
He makes the lay-in as well. Maddox Jones with the interception and the score. They call that a pick 2?
Not a pick 6. We don't want any football references on here. From what I hear.
From what you hear?
Yeah.
Can't listen to everything you hear.
That's true.
19-8, Doddridge County with the 11-point lead.
I feel like Paul likes to run a man-to-man with this group here, seems like. And then the guys that come in, they like to run the press that goes into a 2-3 zone. So it's interesting.
It's a good observation. I think you're right. Feeds it down underneath, and he's able to get the score there. That's Tucker Rupert. No, I'm sorry, that's Jude Bills.
Nothing you can do there. Just the ball didn't roll our way and left the guy open down low there.
They have the same numbers on their roster for their JV and
You're struggling tonight over there with those numbers.
It's tough. It's tough. Hard work. Here's Roe Maston. Wilkinson thinks about it, decides not to. Takes it back to the top of the key. Drive down in with a little spin move, and he'll make the bucket there. That's Maston with the bucket. Here's the 3-point shot. It's in. Maddox Jones for 3.
Great shot, Maddox. Tell you, he's been a good spark off the bench. Good job. Good defense by Jaden there.
Cut off that lane quickly, and then he gets the turnover.
Yep, awesome. Push it. See what we can find here.
Comes Trent. He'll drive in, and he'll scoop it in. Doddridge doubles up St. Mary's, 24-12.
It's the difference in this game. They're not able to stay with us when we get downhill, essentially running to the hoop.
Chandis Wilkinson with the ball. They look to try to pass it there and find that lane. Shot short, and it'll go out of bounds. Josh was hoping to catch up to it, but realized he couldn't, so he wisely kept his hands off of it.
Right.
Heston will come in for Josh. So Heston Hayes will substitute in for Josh DeHaven. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in this opening half. Doddridge County's doubled up. St. Mary's looks to add more. Maddox Jones thought about the 3, decided against it. Passes it back to Trent, over to Thomas.
Let it fly.
Thomas back to Hayes. Hayes says, all right, I'll let it fly.
Yep. Spoke too soon, I think.
Fair enough. Chandis Wilkinson bringing the ball up court. Little feed underneath, and it will bounce its way in. Andre Anderson with the score for St. Mary's. Jared Trent controls the offense there at the top of the key. Dumps it down in for Solomon. He tries to find Hayes, but can't get it there. St. Mary's gets the turnover.
I'd love to find Jaden down low. We got 2 quick 4 points with him and hasn't seen the ball yet. Let's see if we can try to get him the ball.
One thing they've done defensively is their big guy brings Solomon out on a jump ball. Good job tying it up there for the Bulldogs. That'll give the Bulldogs, they have the possession arrow, so ball go Doddridge way.
I seem to remember you talked about the possession error there a lot there towards the end of the RCB game.
Told you it was going to be relevant then.
Yeah, I know.
And it was. And it was.
From what I remember, at least.
Yeah. Of course, I'm old. I remember when they used to do jump balls every time.
They should bring it back. I'd like it a lot better.
Jaden Solomon, Paul Burnside probably like it well, too, when you got Jaden Solomon on your
Yeah,
team.
exactly.
Here's Heston Hayes. He'll drive down in the lane, feed
Good
it off
pass.
to Will Adams, and Maddox Jones will try the three-pointer.
Great shot. I like
bounced
it.
out.
That was a good job passing the ball around.
Good ball movement. Hey, he had the open shot.
Yep.
Just couldn't get it in. They're going to call him with a double dribble. Don't see that called very often. 3:55 left. 14-24. Bulldogs lead by 10.
St. Mary's team's like a long, lengthy team, so that makes them for a good defensive team. I feel like, especially trying to get that ball down low to Jaden when he's in the game.
With feet underneath the Heston Hayes. Will Adams will go up with it, and he'll make the bucket.
Nice pass by Heston there.
Good job finding the open man. When you can find the man right underneath the basket, that's the best way to do it.
Exactly. Get those points in the paint. That's what we're good for.
Landon Thomas steps in front of that one. He will drive it down and add to the score. The pick two. I'm a coin a phrase.
You like it. You like it.
I do. Jemison, he'll dump it down in the corner there to Maley. Maley trying to get it underneath there. He'll throw it down to Maston. Heston will get his hand on it. He'll knock it out of bounds, though. Malachi Kelly will substitute into the game. He's coming in for Maddox Jones.
Max played a good quarter there. Knocked down some shots, got a few steals.
Doddridge has them doubled up again, 14-28. Trying to get the inbounds pass underneath. Adams is there on defense, and there's nowhere for him to go. Shoots it back out. The three-pointer will bounce out, no good. Landon Thomas trying to press it quick, and JT overshoots Kelly. Trying to get the ball to Malachi Kelly, and just a little too far in front of him.
I knew what they were trying to do.
That's it.
Trying to set up Malachi for that dunk. That's what they were trying to do.
Have to do it again later.
Yep.
He'll stop and pop just inside the free throw line there, Rome Aston.
Rome's got a good shot, and he gets to his spot. He does well.
Moving the ball, good ball movement there by Doddridge. Trent will drive down in the lane. He'll stop, he'll find the open guy and dump it into him. Good job there finding Malachi Kelly.
Good pass by Jared. The defense came down and sucked out to him, and it left Malachi open underneath.
He did a good job reading that defender and finding, deciding what he was going to do with the ball based on what the defender did there. Here's Will Adams. He's got it out, and couldn't quite get the dunk. But Jared Trent takes care of it, gets the board and the bucket.
I told you they've been trying to set up for it.
So they'll take a timeout. St. Mary's wants to talk about this. We'll step away. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
In Doddridge County Schools, our mission is in motion. From classrooms to construction sites, from labs to livestock, students are gaining real-world skills that build bright futures. With hands-on training, industry certifications, and pathways that lead straight to college or career success, Doddridge County Schools is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. Because here, we are united to make a difference for every student's future.
And we're back. Doddridge County has the Blue Devils doubled up again, 32-16.
Yeah. Good run there here over the last few minutes, getting good baskets. I mean, I can already think about 3 or 4 layups right off the bat, just getting in transition.
Yeah, those transition buckets make a big difference too in this level as well.
Going to stay with the same. Oh, looks like we're coming in with a different 5 here. I think they subbed in 2 guys. Will Adams right now, he's playing a really good game. Honestly, Will, he's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 assist. So Will's been a force down low, and like I said, he's a big body. He gets good position, and he does really well down there getting rebounds.
See Alex Johnson check in for the first time tonight. Again, looks like they're going to run some press. Johnson does a good job getting the turnover. He'll take it to the lane, and he will get the score. Job there by Alex Johnson. Just playing tough, in-your-face defense.
Yep, that's what he does. They bring him in there, and for the minutes he's in there, he's 100%. He's right there.
Try that little floater. It won't go. St. Mary's with the rebound. Now they'll try the 3. It'll be short. Dixon with the rebound. He'll press it out to Heston Hayes. Hayes will drive in, and he will drop it in. 36-16. Doddridge leads by 20. St. Mary's trying to slow it down. We're inside of 1 minute now. Jemison will drive around, drive the lane, and he'll go up and be fouled. So that'll send Gregory Jemison to the line. That foul will be on Heston Hayes, the first one for the Bulldogs in this quarter.
Number 2, Gregory Jemison at the line, 2 shots.
Jemison will miss the first. Now we see Isaac Johnson come in as well as Blake Mitchell.
It's crazy to think that was the first foul of the second quarter.
I know. St. Mary's has none.
I know. Letting them play. I'm okay with it.
That one's out there. Kelly with the rebound. Here comes Dixon. He'll dump it over to Mitchell. Mitchell in that corner. Back to Dixon. Over to Johnson. Over to Johnson. Back to Johnson. Over to Dixon. Down underneath to Mitchell. Mitchell will drive up. He'll put it up. And Kelly can't get the bucket there. 25 seconds left in the second quarter.
Looks like St. Mary's might be holding for the last shot here.
He's going to drive the lane there. He's got the open shooter. You got to take advantage of that. Andre Anderson with the cut finds his way to the bucket. 8 seconds left. Doddridge will have to press a little bit. Johnson, he'll dump it off to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. Just can't quite get in there. Out of bounds. 0.3 seconds left. It's going to go St. Mary's way.
Great look there. Just didn't go our way. Just didn't fall.
Not much time here to do anything other than touch it. And that's the clock. So at halftime, Doddridge County leads 36-18. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge. Cut the break short so we could watch the cheerleaders perform, but we'll go back to the break We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. It's a dangerous love affair. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I say that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
Hey Bulldog Nation, it's time to renew your extracurricular passes. Thanks to community support of the levy, every staff member, student, and taxpayer receives free admission to all regular season home athletic events. Whether it's under the Friday night lights, on the basketball court, or at a spring softball game, your pass connects you to the heart of our schools. Renewals are easy. Stop by any home football game or visit the central office during business hours. Don't miss out on the fun. If you need a replacement or are applying for the first time, simply complete the short form. More details are available on our website or give us a call. Together, we're putting our mission in motion because in Doddridge County, excitement is everywhere. We are united to make a difference for every student, every day. Let's go Bulldogs!
And we are back. Nate, I saw you over there ciphering with the calculator, and I think it was on fire or something. You got some points for us?
Yeah, I had to check in with Hunter Hayhurst over here, one of the baseball players, so he's helped me out with the stats. It's pretty tough to try to monitor the stats, try to keep up with you talking, and also do the scoreboard as well. You know,
yeah.
Only can do so much.
Keeping up with me talking is enough for most people, to be honest with you.
Right. and honestly, you know, we have 1, 3, 6, 9, 11 guys that have scored for us.
Wow.
So that says a lot for this team and what their identity is. But if I had to pick 3 guys right now that's been standing out to me, Landon Thomas has 4 points with 3 rebounds. And then Solomon also has 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. But the one that stands out to me a lot has been Will Adams. He has 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 assist. He's been a force down low. He's, you know, like I said, I keep talking about it. He's a big body. He does well, gets in good position, and, you know, gets good rebounds.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's the key to it. And Will Adams, I agree, has had a big game and has been impressive thus far in this game. And we mentioned that's part of Doddridge County's depth. It's one of their greatest strengths in this team is the ability for somebody else to step in there and you're still able to remain competitive against the number ones of the other team. Exactly.
And like I said, there's going to be a different guy that steps up every night. And tonight it's Will. And that's how I look at it. And if he keeps playing this game, you know, we may have him up here and be interviewing him tonight.
Never know. You never know. We are going to try to get Coach Paul Burnside, though. He's been kind enough to come up and spend some time with us and answer those tough questions that we've been asking him.
Hey, I like it.
Well, friends, we're going to step aside. We'll be back soon for the start of the second half. You're tuned in to Doddridge County Boys Basketball on WVRC Doddridge.
In Doddridge County Schools, our mission is in motion. From classrooms to construction sites, from labs to livestock, students are gaining real-world skills that build bright futures. With hands-on training, industry certifications, and pathways that lead straight to college or career success, Doddridge County Schools is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. Because here, We are united to make a difference for every student's future.
Doddridge County, you make the difference. Every cheer from the stands, every volunteer hour, every business partner, and every proud Bulldog family keeps our mission in motion. Because of you, our students are learning, leading, and thriving in the classroom, on the field, and in our community. From all of us at Doddridge County Schools, thank you for believing in our mission and standing united to make a difference every single day. Doddridge County Schools. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Well, Nate, you got to go in at halftime, and you come back out a few minutes later. You don't have much time in there at the half, but a chance to have some conversations with your team. What do you think Coach Paul Burnside's telling his team?
I don't think you really changed much. I like the intensity. Let's just be aggressive, try to get turnovers, and get good shots in transition.
Just finish it out, right?
I think that's our key for us offensively. You know, we're not a big shooting team. We're a good defensive team, and we're deep. So I think, you know, we get some steals, get some turnovers, get the ball in transition, and find the open shots that we need for this team.
And St. Mary's, what are you going to say when you're in the locker room there? What if you're Coach Johnson? What do you say?
Honestly, I think they've played pretty well. You know, if they knock down a few more shots here, they're right back in this game. You know, they have a few good ball players, and it seems like they're a younger group, so this team's only going to improve as the year goes along. You know, as a sophomore or freshman getting this kind of playing time, playing against the Doddridge, who's deep in as a senior class, you know, that's going to make them better down the road.
I don't think there's any question about that. That's the one thing is it's tough to take those licks when you're out there like that. But you're able to learn so much and grow as you're taking on you know, a team, even if they are a little bit better than you right now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, you know, they know what they're going up against, but that's okay because they're going to get better over time. They're freshmen. They're sophomores. And, you know, them taking on a team like Doddridge who's senior heavy, that's just going to make them better for their junior and senior year.
Well, we'll step aside. We'll be back for the second half tip. You're tuned in to Doddridge County Boys Basketball on WVRC Doddridge.
It's Friday night under the lights at Klein-Stansberry Stadium, where tradition meets pride and Bulldog Nation comes alive. Each game, we rise together for our team, for our community, and for every student in Doddridge County. This is more than football. This is our mission in motion. Bulldogs fight with pride, Bulldogs stand united, and Bulldogs never back down. From the classroom to the field, we are Doddridge proud. We are united to make a difference.
We're back as we get ready for the second half. 36-18, Doddridge County looking to finish this one off. St. Mary's comes down from Pleasants County. Nice little trip across 16 there. They've got the ball now. Andre Anderson controls it for the Blue Devils. You hit it back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson looking for somewhere to go to there. He finds Anderson, and a reach-in foul looks like will be called on 24. They're going to call Johnson for the foul, Isaac Johnson. So Isaac will be called for that foul.
I think they put him in for a reason to guard 15. They're trying to basically essentially take the ball out of his hand because he's been essentially their offense. and he got the ball.
Yeah. He shifted around there, Landon Thomas, and then Trent gets the interception and the pick 2.
Are you going to run with that all year?
All year long.
I like it. As long as it doesn't leave the hand of the guy who stole the ball, I'm good with
There
it.
you go. That's always good.
Yeah.
That's the rule of the pick 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't lateral it here in a pick 2.
Good pass right there by Isaac.
Nice feet underneath, and they're going to call traveling. Well, Jaden for traveling underneath. $38-18.
I like the idea.
Nothing wrong with it.
Feed the man down low.
An interception there. That's Josh DeHaven with the pick 2. Good job there by DeHaven, just stepping in front of that pass. He was like, look what I found.
Josh decided just to lay it up in that time.
Yeah. Wilkinson's looking to try to get rid of it there. Solomon's all over him. He's going to dump it off there to Jemison. Little feet underneath, and nobody's there. Andre Anderson tried to throw that down in underneath. I think he thought somebody was going to cut, and they didn't cut.
I think he was looking for a foul there, but I didn't see where he fouled him or anything.
Not been a lot of fouls called tonight.
No.
Here's DeHaven. He's trying to get underneath to Solomon. Nice
Good.
little feed. And Johnson with the points. Isaac Johnson standing right there saying, look what I found.
Everything's keying on Solomon right there. It was a nice back cut by him.
Like a player's injured. They're going to call Johnson with the foul. It's like he stood there for a second. It's like, well, if you're not going to go anywhere, I'm just going to come out after
Right.
you. Can't blame him for that. You get 5 of them, so you might as well get a few of them.
Yeah.
Get your money's worth.
2 team fouls for Doddridge.
Pass across there to Wilkinson. Wilkinson will try to drop it back, and Landon Thomas will
Are you
get the
going to
turnover.
get it again?
I don't think that was a pick.
Okay.
That was just a turnover. Jaden Solomon, he'll get the hoop and the
And
arm.
one.
Send Solomon to the line. 44-18. Yeah, I think the rules of the pick, too, you have to actually intercept the ball. Like
Okay.
if you just knock off a dribble, I don't think you get a pick 2 for that.
That's fair. That's fair.
We're making these rules up as we go along, too. It's very important.
Yeah. It's how we want it to go.
Exactly. I think it's only fair that way. Solomon gets his own board eventually.
Johnson tipped it out. Good by him.
Landon will get blocked. Solomon will get it and find the way to get to the bucket. (46-18), Doddridge County on top big. Ball's batted away there. It'll stay with St. Mary's. So the Blue Devils set the inbound. I've always wondered why they wear purple and gold and call themselves the Blue Devils.
We were just talking about that. I've heard when they originally purchased their uniforms, they sent purple by mistake, and they stuck with it.
Oh, there you go.
But to know that's true, I'm not sure.
Fought for the loose ball, controlled by Landon Thomas. Thomas will drive it down. He'll take it to the lane, but he'll get blocked.
Great block by 15.
That's Roe Maston. Maston with the ball now. He'll try the little pop-up shooter, and Landon Thomas says, I can block too. Here comes DeHaven to Trent. Goaltending will be the call.
15 got up there. He was above the rim right there.
He had some hops. It went in anyhow,
Yep.
but the goaltending would have been called. Here's Andre Anderson bringing the ball up court for the Blue Devils. And Jemison was wondering why that ball was coming in so hot. Coach Johnson says, let's talk about this for a second. He'll take a timeout.
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. You want to keep it here?
Yeah, Doddridge right now, they're on a tear right now. Jared Trent right now, he has 8 points for Doddridge. He's kind of came to life here, getting good transition buckets here. I mean, couldn't ask for anything better than what they're doing right now.
I think it's just exactly what you want to see, too, because they've been pressing that defense, too, and been able to take advantage of those loose balls, get those turnovers.
Yeah, and honestly, they're taking chances, and it's okay if we're fouling here and there. You know, like you said, you got 5 to use. We got plenty of guys that are on the bench if we need to bring them in right now. Why not get pressure, try to get some steals here, and just keep pushing this lead out?
Absolutely. So 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in this third quarter. Doddridge County on top by 30. St. Mary's will try to drive it down in underneath. Wilkinson thought about that three, had it there if he'd have taken it quick, decided against it. Wilkinson now has the corner. DeHaven is on the defense there.
Josh playing a great defense right there.
Tries to drive the lane, and Solomon will slide over. They'll call a foul on the floor. Call Jaden Solomon with the foul. So set to inbound, that's Roe Maston. Maston will find Andre Anderson over to Jemison, back to Maston. Maston drives down in the lane, and another foul will be called. That one's going to be on Alex Johnson.
He might have 3 in just this quarter.
That gives them 4 team fouls for the quarter. I think Alex had 1 of them.
Am I thinking the other Johnson maybe?
Yeah, the other Johnson.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking.
What do you think this is, a Die Hard movie?
Yeah,
right. Here comes Josh DeHaven. What can I say? I just watched it. It's Christmas season.
Yeah, exactly. It's that time of year.
That's right. Landon Thomas down underneath. He'll get the bucket. LT gets the extra 2. Doddridge is well in control here. Maston will try the three-pointer. Bounces out. Rebound by Johnson. He'll dump it off to JT. Trent brings the ball up the court. Johnson just running it around. Plenty of passing. Trent in the near side corner. He'll dump it underneath to Solomon. Solomon will find Thomas. Good job there by Solomon to turn around and find Thomas. Nice assist.
Same thing we're talking right there. The defense sucked out on Solomon and left the guy underneath wide open.
Batted away. It'll stay with St. Mary's. See substitutions. Doddridge will bring in a fresh set of legs, all 5 of them. Well, yeah, 5 sets of legs. Here's the shot, the three-pointer. Bounces out. Malachi Kelly with the rebound. That was Liam Davis's attempt. Dixon will feed it down to Mitchell, down into Kelly. Kelly will get blocked there by Wilkinson. Tell you, Wilkinson's a tall guy and very athletic for St. Mary's.
Yes, he is. 34 and 15. They play well together. They're long, very athletic.
Here's the shot, and it'll go in, and he'll get fouled. So again, Chandis Wilkinson will get that shot. They're going to call Malachi Kelly with the foul. That'll be the 5th for Doddridge County, so that'll put the Bulldogs in the bonus. We'll put St. Mary's in the bonus, I mean. That one goes in. Bryson Dixon brings the ball up court for the Bulldogs. Across center court. Throw it over there to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Hayes. Hayes thinks about it. He'll dump it off to Dixon. Dixon turns around and finds Kelly. Back at the top of the key with Mitchell. Lots of movement there. Heston will try to drive the corner. He'll find Kelly wide open, and Kelly will put it in.
Good look there on that drive, that's for sure.
54-21, Bulldogs the big lead. Tries to get underneath, and Will Adams gets his hand off there, knocks it out. Good job there by Adams to get a hand on it. Maston set to inbound. He'll find it underneath to Jemison. Jemison shot short. Doddridge with the rebound. Bryson Dixon will get the rebound. He'll control the ball, control the tempo. 1:20 left in this third quarter. Mitchell in the corner, over to Heston Hayes. Here's Malachi Kelly for three. No good. Rebound by St. Mary's, number 25. That's Trevor Maley. Underneath that's Wilkinson.
The pressure's kind of backed off here by Doddridge. He just kind of come into his own, just letting him kind of run the offense and run the clock down here, it kind of looks like.
Will Adams will be called with the foul, and that'll send Chandis Wilkinson to the line. Wilkinson, a 6'5" freshman. Makes that first in. We're inside of a minute left, 54-22. Second one is in as well. Dixon controls. He'll look to Hayes in that far side corner. Dumps it down into Adams, and Adams can't control it. A little too hot for him. And it's going to be turned over there. That's Jonah Soule. Gets the turnover for St. Mary's. Loose ball. Doddridge is hustling. Passes it up there. Heston Hayes gets control of it, and he'll find Mitchell. Mitchell will be blocked, and Heston Hayes will go back with it, and he'll get the foul.
Good put up by Heston. I mean, that's a hustle play right there. Get down on the floor, get the ball out there, and Heston makes a nice pass, and it cleans up right there from the block off Mitchell.
Good job by this Bulldogs team playing good team basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Just making the right pass and finding the open guy.
25.5 seconds left. Doddridge County will extend their lead, 57-23. I tell you how many points it is, but I don't feel like taking off my shoes to count them all up. There's a lot of points, and that one's going to go over the head of the intended target and turn it over to Doddridge. 19.6 seconds left in this third quarter. Bryson Dixon with the ball. He'll throw it over to Mitchell. Mitchell to Dixon. Back to Maddox Jones for three. No good. Mitchell there for the rebound and lost control of it. Maddox steps in front of that one, but then he steps on the line. 1.5 seconds left in this third. St. Mary's will have 1.5 seconds on their own end of the field.
Maddox was ready to fire off there on that buzzer beater, right? He's always ready to go.
St. Mary's looks to inbound, and Maddox has got it, and he
throws
throws it up. You're right, boy. He was ready to fire that one off, too.
I know.
So at the end of the third quarter, the score, the Doddridge Bulldogs 57, the St. Mary's Blue Devils 23. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this on WVRC Doddridge.
pledge of allegiance.
Welcome back where Doddridge County's in control and they have the ball. 57-23 Bulldogs lead. Good way to spend a Friday night.
Yeah, they've controlled this whole third quarter there. They took care of the basketball, got some good baskets, and made the right pass for the guys, and got a 57-23 lead at the moment.
There's some paused action here while the referee is talking to some of the players. Oh, they have an injured player over there. Blake Mitchell's getting some medical attention, and they're going to have somebody to substitute in. Trying to keep the game moving along.
Yep.
Hayes will inbound to Dixon. Dixon controls the ball. Over to Jones. To DeHaven. Hayes back to DeHaven. Back to Dixon.
Nice pass.
Jones, nice feed underneath to Will Adams. Can't get it to fall. Dixon with the rebound, and Will Adams gets another chance, and he doesn't miss on that one. Will Adams having a big night tonight.
Yes, he is.
Batted away there by Maddox Jones, controlled though by St. Mary's. Dumps it underneath, and he can't control that one, and it's out of bounds to the Bulldogs. Andre Anderson couldn't get a handle on it. (59-23) your score. Jones feeds it over to DeHaven, down underneath to Adams, over to Heston Hayes. Heston will drive the lane. Dump it back out to Dixon. Dixon trying to feed it underneath to Will Adams. Nobody there and wasn't able to make the pass. Here's the feed down to Adams. Nice
Great
feed
pass.
out to Jones. Jones misses, overshoots it, but Heston Hayes gets it. An untied shoe here, so we will stop for play for a moment. Allow Will Adams to tie up his shoes. We'll freshly lace those up. Trying to move the ball around. Gets the shot off, but it's a little too hard. So now Dixon controls for the Bulldogs. Down underneath again to Adams. He'll put it up. A lot of contact under there, but they're letting him play.
Yeah, I think with the 61-23 lead, it's going to have to be a pretty hard foul. That's my assumption.
Maddox Jones again. Again, they're going to get it underneath to Adams. Shot's no good, but Adams is there with the rebound and the putback. Job by Will.
Will's having a good night.
40-point lead for the Bulldogs. See, that one's easy.
Yeah. I might have been made with that.
All I had to do was, 6 minus 2, right?
Right, yep.
It's going to be a foul called. I will call that one on St. Mary's number 20, Ethan Cox. I'm sorry, Liam Davis. Didn't get him squiggled all the way out. So Blake Mitchell set the inbound for the Bulldogs. Inbound pass will go to Johnson. Here's Mitchell to Johnson to Johnson. Alex has the ball now. Mitchell back. He'll feed it over there. Here's the shot, and it'll go in. That's Tommy Walters Hickman with the shot.
Tommy had a really good game, the JV game.
He did. Got to the fourth quarter and able to get Tommy some playing action now.
Yep.
Here's a three-pointer by St. Mary's. It rims out. St. Mary's able to get that one in. Mitchell with the ball. He'll pass it to Johnson. Back to Mitchell, back to Johnson. Well, to a different Johnson. Nice job there by Blake following up. Getting the rebound and the shot. Blake Mitchell.
Way to crash the boards there by Blake.
So what do you do if you're St. Mary's at this stage in the game? Clearly, you can't be thinking about winning this. What do you think? What are you coaching your team up?
Well, I just think you keep working on things. That's all you can do. You just got to keep working on things and try to improve, every possession. Yeah, it's not about a win or loss right now. It's about just trying to improve, take good shots, and try to play good basketball every possession.
St. Mary's gets the shot there. Underneath, that point in the paint. Here comes Mitchell with a nice little drive, and he feeds it over to Johnson. Johnson's just a little too far under the basket. Loose ball, stays with Doddridge. (68-27). Doddridge County has this game well in hand. Set to inbound. It's Blake Mitchell. Inbound it to Isaac Johnson. Over to Kelly. Shot. Here's Alex Johnson with the shot. Won't go. St. Mary's gets the board. Down in that corner, tries to spin away from trouble. Loses the ball, but St. Mary's is able to shore it up.
Deep.
Maston with the deep three. Moving the ball around. 3:19 left in this contest. Here's the shot. It's in. 3-point shot there by Isaac Johnson. That shot's no good. Mitchell with the rebound. Maston comes in flying with his feet everywhere. Here's the feed underneath. Johnson will find Johnson. The three-pointer that time rims out. St. Mary's controls. Here's Maston's three. Felt good the last time, but didn't hit it this time. 41-point lead for the Bulldogs. Blocked shot there. St. Mary's is able to secure it. Nathaniel Lloyd tried the shot. Couldn't get it to go in. Down in the corner, St. Mary's dumps it down underneath. Passes it back and intercept or taken away there. Just good job getting a hand in there. Clean takeaway there by Alex Johnson. Here's Mitchell. He thought about it. Decides to drive the lane. Dump it off to Johnson. Johnson
nice
to Johnson. Couldn't get the shot. Had the back door there, just couldn't get the shot to fall. So St. Mary's will get the ball. 1:36 left. Only one foul in this fourth quarter called against Doddridge.
It's crazy. Honestly, this game has flew by, but the referees have let them play, so I think that has a lot to do with it for sure.
Which I support, quite frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
Let the ball players play ball.
And I think it's been well called. It's been a physical game, but I think it's been fair both ways.
Isaac gets the takeaway there. Alex on the far side looking for some place to throw it. He'll throw it down underneath. Hits Malachi Kelly. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell hit Johnson. Just passing it around. We're inside of a minute. Doddridge County quite content just to run the most of that clock off now. Here's Mitchell at the top of the key. Feed down underneath. Lloyd with the ball. Doddridge just trying to move it around. There's no shot clock in high school basketball. So you just want to reach in foul there called finally. Out of boredom, I think. Romass will get called.
I think it was a little bit of a frustration thing of playing keep away essentially with the basketball the last minute.
Finally out of boredom, he was like, I'll just foul you then.
Well, he also looks like he checked him out too as well. He may have knew that he was coming out of the game there, so.
A little shove there. Alex Johnson with the ball. 5 seconds left. That's the end of this one. Final, the Doddridge County Bulldogs 71, the Blue Devils of St. Mary's 30. We'll be back after this word from Bulldog Station.
It's Friday night under the lights at Klein Stansbury Stadium, where tradition meets pride and Bulldog Nation comes alive. Each game, we rise together for our team, for our community, and for every student in Doddridge County. This is more than football. This is our mission in motion. Bulldogs fight with pride, Bulldogs stand united, and Bulldogs never back down. From the classroom to the field, we are Doddridge proud. We are united to make a difference.
Well, the verdict was never, ever in question. We're going to get a chance to talk with Coach Paul Burnside first, so we're going to let him settle in here and sit down, get his thoughts on tonight's game. Doddridge County with a big win, 71-30, as the Bulldogs pull off a big win. Rebounded from that loss against Robert C. Byrd pretty impressively, Coach Paul. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
I thought early on we were still kind of in a slump. But in the second half, we came out and held them to 12 points, which is really good. So hats off to the guys for working hard. Got a lot of production across the board. Almost everyone scored, except for like 2 people. So, praise be to God for another victory. Still thank him for as many blessings, even though we've dropped one this week.
Absolutely. There's still blessings in losing, I expect, right? And there's things you get to coach up.
100%. 100%.
That's part of it, Coach.
That is.
The coach doesn't always see it that way in mid-season, though, does he?
No.
So you got to be happy with your team's effort tonight, though, against the Blue Devils. As you mentioned, they seem to come out a little bit tentative. I said, it looks like they're just waiting to explode for some reason, and then suddenly they laid it on.
It was lack of execution, trying to do too much. Instead of just finishing on both ends of the floor. We were getting beat early on with backdoor cuts and face cuts and, not getting up in shooters' faces. But then in the second half, we drastically changed that.
Yep.
And that, I think, is what led to the way it finished up.
We don't track the turnovers closely, but we did see a lot of pick twos tonight, because I remember saying that a lot.
Yeah, so, that's his new saying.
That's my new saying, right? It's
instead of a pick 6 there, so
you get a pick 2.
Well, I hope we get a lot more pick 2s. That was our problem last game, is we gave away too many pick 2s. But no, the guys came out and they took care of business, and we'll get back to work and try to get even better.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good bounce back, especially hit home here on a Friday, end the week on a good note going into next week, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's tough playing games. These guys haven't been in school for almost 3 weeks. So, they're laying around the house and then coming in and playing a game. And, I'm not making excuses for, why we dropped one earlier this week. I'm just saying, it's tough. And so you got to battle those elements, and we just got to rebound and keep on moving forward.
Tuesday, you've got a familiar opponent in South Harrison. Your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, it's going to be another tough game, just like every night in the LKC is. Okay, it doesn't matter who it is. On any given night, anybody can beat anyone. And so, we've got to get back in the gym and we've got to prepare. And it doesn't matter what happened the first time we played them. I'm sure they are better because I know they've been in the gym. They're well coached. The kids want to play good. They want to, they're going to play hard. And so we've got to come back in and work regardless of what happened in the first matchup.
Coach, thanks for taking the time to speak with us. Any parting thoughts?
No, thank you guys for all that you do here at WVRC, and we appreciate everything, and praise be to God.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks,
you. Guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll be back with our player of the game.
Under the West Virginia sky, where the hills roll high, there's a school that stands with heart, where the Bulldogs never die. Books in hand and heads held up, we're ready to explore. Doddridge County's where we grow, our stories start to soar. Pride runs deep in every vein, a fire that won't fade. We're learning, leading one, and all our dreams are not afraid. Gold Dogs, our mission's in motion, proud and strong with Bulldog devotion. Learning, leading, chasing dreams, Doddridge pride in everything. United we shine, together we rise. Doddridge County Schools where futures fly. From the classroom to the field, we stand side by side. Teachers guide us, friends support. We're ready to take stride. Bulldog green and gold so bright, a symbol we uphold.
Welcome back. Joined with Coach Nate Wright. I'm Clint Adams. You got some stats over there.
Yeah, so to end the night, Landon Thomas had 8 points on 3 rebounds, 1 block, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Like I said, he's kind of always on the stat line there. He's an all-around great player. Another one I would say would be Jaden Solomon. Ended up with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 block, and 2 assists. And then I would say Jared Trent had 8 points with 1 rebound. But my player of the game is going to be Will Adams. Will, early on, he played a big role down low. He ended up with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 assist. Will, he seems to be improving every game down low. He's kind of underrated, in my opinion. They don't take him, as serious as they probably should have. He's always cleaning up the trash down low, getting the rebounds, the offensive rebounds, second chance shots, and
he's dirty points. They call them dirty points, right?
Exactly.
It's the kind you got to hustle for.
So he's a hustle player. He's going to do what you tell him to do. So Will Adams tonight's our player of the game.
So congratulations to Will Adams for his selection of player of the game. I want to keep in mind, friends, tomorrow swimming will be on the air. Varsity swimming at noon. That'll be on the air tomorrow at noon. Adam Cheeseman will be bringing you that broadcast. We've got at South Harrison on Tuesday. Doddridge County travels to South Harrison for that game. We'll be on the air for that here on WVRC, and got a busy week next week. Wednesday's wrestling, Thursday girls basketball versus St. Mary's, and we wrap the week Friday. Boys basketball as Ritchie County comes to town. Friends, thanks for joining us tonight. On behalf of Coach Nate Wright, I'm Clint Adams, and we will see you Tuesday. But WVRC will be on the air with swimming on Saturday. That'll do it from here.
Sounds